guys, welcome back. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, okay? And we're just going to keep moving, and we're still talking about quotations. But today, we will be practicing with quotation marks, all right? Using quotation marks at the very top of page 29. Number 1, around direct quotations. This is when you use quotation marks now. Around direct quotations and around titles, stories, poems, songs, chapters, and magazine and newspaper articles. What we just said previously, okay? That has moved from 27, 28 to over to page 29 as well, okay? So let's keep that in mind. Moving right along. Think A. In Think A, you will correct the following direct quotations by adding capital letters and punctuation. Check to make sure that every sentence has an end mark. What that means, you make sure that that sentence, whether it's interrogative or declarative, imperative or exclamatory, that it ends in that proper punctuation. Okay? Number 1, Mother said. This one is a little tricky because now you have to put everything. Mother said, I will write it the way it is in the book. Mother said, I have invited Miss Andrews to dinner tonight. Miss Andrews to dinner tonight. Okay? Now, just take a look at this sentence. Just by looking at this sentence, we already see Mother said. So you know, just by looking at this, this is absolutely set apart from what Mother actually said. So if this is set apart from what was exactly said, what punctuation do we need? A comma. Very good. Mother said, comma. Now, after that comma, we know that we will have to do open quotations. But look right here. They have in lowercase I. All quotations that we read began with what? Capital letters. So we will mark through this, and we will write an uppercase I. Mother said, I have invited Mrs. Andrews to dinner tonight. Period. Close quotations. See? Very easy, right? One more. Angie replied. Angie replied. Replied means that she said, she answered or she spoke what was asked or said to her. She replied, comma, because she replied, comma, I will be glad to set the table for you. She said, I will be glad to set the table for you. Okay? Now, I moved ahead rather quickly because I went on and put my comma, which I should have waited, so I do apologize. Angie said, comma, open quotations, this is a lowercase I, so this is supposed to be an uppercase I. I will be glad to set the table for you. Period. Close quotation. Because the end punctuation is always inside the quotation mark. Okay? Now, going to Think B. There is an error in each of the following direct quotations. Find error and correct it. So you have to find the error, and then you have to correct it, okay? In the blank, identify the error by writing a comma, a capital, or a quotation mark. You would have to tell how the error that was in that sentence is because they left out a comma, quotation mark, or a capital letter. So that's what we're looking for, okay? Let's erase this right quick. Karen asks, comma, who is the new girl in the last row? Who is the new girl in the last row? See, sometimes it gives it away to what punctuation, because if you ask, you know your end punctuation will be a question mark. Because anytime you ask anything, it ends, that's an interrogative sentence, so it ends in a question mark. Karen asks, comma, but look right here, no quotations, that the who, the W in who is lowercase, it needs to be lowercase. Who is the new girl in the last row? Now this question mark wasn't there. I just automatically put that there, knowing because if they ask, that's a question mark, the end punctuation, and then close quotations. Okay? No problem. I just have such a great feeling that you all want to do so well. Okay? This is so great. We turn it over to page 30. Page 30 is under Think C. Place all the necessary commas and quotation marks in this story. Remember, stories, poems, songs, magazine, newspaper articles, okay? So if you look at this story, let's read it, because it would take too much time to write it. But let's review this story. Little Red Riding Hood met a wolf in the woods. So the name of that story is Little Red Riding Hood. Put the necessary commas and quotation marks in the story. Okay? Little Red Riding Hood is a story. Okay? Good morning, comma, good morning, Little Red Riding Hood, the wolf said. So look what the wolf said. Good morning, Little Red Riding Hood. Look, comma, in quotations, the wolf said. Little Red Riding Hood said, good morning, Mr. Wolf. So good morning would be in, good morning, Mr. Wolf. Good morning, Mr. Wolf would be in open and close quotations, followed by a comma, said the little girl. So that's what Little Red Riding Hood said, good morning, Mr. Wolf. Now, where are you going? This is the wolf. Inquired the wolf. Where are you going? Question mark, quotation marks, inquired the wolf. This is Little Red Riding Hood. I am going to my grandmother's house, said Little Red Riding Hood. I am going to my grandmother's house, open, close quotations after house. But before that quotation mark, you need a comma inside or in front of that quotation mark by house, okay? Said Little Red Riding Hood. Where does your grandmother live? Asked the wolf. Where does your grandmother live? Question mark, in quotations, asked the wolf. And this is Little Red Riding Hood. On the other side of the wood, said the child. On the other side of the wood, comma, quotation mark, said the child. See how easy? And if you have any troubles, just go back to your previous sheets or look at the top of your previous sheet that explain how you use quotation marks and commas, okay? Moving on to write deep. Remember, if it's think, that means you have to think about how to put everything or where everything goes. But when it reads write, W-R-I-T-E, that means you automatically know you will have to write something down, okay? So we are on write D, okay? On notebook paper, write 3 more sentences about Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. Use at least 1 direct quote. So as you're writing these 3 sentences, use at least 1 direct quote, okay? And we all know the story of Little Red Riding Hood. You can say something to the effect, Little Red Riding Hood screamed, "Get away, Mr. Wolf!" Little Red Riding Hood said, comma, open quotation mark, "Get away from me, Mr. Wolf!" Exclamation mark, because you know she had to be shouting and extremely afraid, and then close quotation, and then you just finish it. Whether you want to put anything else that she said or not, you can just finish that out. Once she screamed, and the wolf ran through the woods, down the street, and Little Red Riding Hood was so relieved that the wolf was out of her sight. Just something simple like that. You have a good imagination. Use your imagination, and you will see how much fun actually quotation marks are. Okay? And direct quotes. Okay, remember, E. Now let's see what this is about. Number 1, place quotation marks around each of the following titles in the blank. Identify what type of title it is. Okay? You might need a little help with this. You might have to review or ask your parents. Okay? But try it first by yourself and see how you fare before you ask your parents to help you with these titles. Because I think it will be a lot of fun for you. All right, number 1, Jesus Loves Me. What title is that? That is the title of a song, right? Jesus Loves Me. Everyone knows that. Okay? Chapter 2, The Long Journey. Okay, we know this comes from a book. Remember when I had written chapter 9 on the board and I put the title of chapter 9 in open and close quotations? Excuse me. The Ugly Duckling. Childhood memories. Who does not remember the Ugly Duckling? It turned into a beautiful swan. Right, it comes from a book. And Boy Captures Thief. Now this is in the heading of a newspaper. So you automatically know that it still goes into quotation marks. Newspaper or a magazine, probably the newspaper. Okay, and the very last one, My Shadow. That is a poem. My Shadow. And it goes within quotation marks. Okay? Now the very last, think F, on page 30, correct the following direct quotations by adding capital letters and punctuation. Carl asked, comma. If Carl asked, it is a comma comes right after that, and the first letter of that first word after say it is capitalized. His new friend, Carl asked his new friend. Okay, I read that incorrectly, I apologize. Carl asked his new friend, comma. Okay? Carl asked his new friend, comma. Now this is what he asked. Have you ever read the Gospel of John? Carl asked his new friend, comma, capital open quotations, capital H, have you read the Gospel of John? And the Gospel of John is a chapter out of the Bible, which is an excellent chapter. Excellent chapter. Number 2, no one has ever told me about it, the boy replied. No one has ever told me about it. Open quotations, no one has ever told me about it, comma, close quotations, the boy replied, period. And, okay, make sure you remember the end quotations, and at the end of the first one, the Gospel of John, the question mark goes there, okay? You only have 4 more to do, and I know you will do exceedingly well. Guys, that is the end of Wednesday, May 6th, okay? Remember, make sure that you review, research your previous sheets to help you along the way. You know you can always ask your parents, or you can call and ask me if you run across anything that you do not understand. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon.